Good morning. This is Denzel Burnett speaking. This morning has been the exact same for the last maybe 3 years. Every day was the exact same. But 3 years ago, on my birthday, I wished to go back to the Middle Ages. I was reborn in Germany as an apprentice. My name also changed to Denzel. Today I started the day by cooking for my master and then farming the land. I usually work in the fields for at least 4 or maybe 5 hours. Since I was born for more than 1,000 years into the future I didn't know the exact date, nor did anyone else. I was a failure for my master during the first few days. I can't recall how many times he punished me for my dreadful work. Really miss my video games. By now I can finish the work in the greens quicker and with less strain because of 3 years of hardship. I'm nearly as good as nearby apprentices by now. In the fields, my job was to work with plants as a farmer today would. The process of farming was pretty similar to the process of farming now, which would be 1,200 or 1,100 years into the future. In the 900s, many died because of diseases and dirty water and food. Sometimes I ache not to tell them about medicine and technology. I even let the word computer slip once. Thank God, all they did was look at me quizzically. After I finished, I went over to my master to ask for permission to move on to my next task. "May I move on to my next task, sir?" He glared at me fiercely, as if I did something wrong. "Get a move on!" I worked with the clothes. I'm extremely rough at this chore. I also acquired my parents' vocational skills, learned responsibility, and internalized the values of their society. I worked alongside our parents and masters at our home and land. Soon enough, after I complete our training as apprentices, we can become journeymen, where we can earn wages. A normal apprentice is normally given shelter, food, and clothing. Whether or if we are promoted to journeymen, we usually get wages as well. After I finished with the clothes, I moved on to working with steel, iron, and stone as part of my work as blacksmith. As a blacksmith, I make objects such as tools and weapons for my master, who uses or sells them off to the public. Blacksmiths like me make objects by melting and molding stone and iron, and then shaping them to form a strong, firm tool. Today, while I was forging a weapon, I slammed a hammer into my hand. "Ouch!" I shouted. "I think I just broke my hand." And if anyone was nearby, they would give me disgusted looks or smirk at me. The thing that's different here than in the 21st century is that you just have to be perfect. You can't do anything less, or you end up having a horrible public opinion. I remember one time when I first moved here, everyone was sneering and treating horribly this one kid who, he was a horrible worker, didn't try anything. By the time I finished work, I went back to the home of my master, where I ate and slept. I, like most apprentices, lived in the attic of my master's home. It wasn't much, but it was all I was given. After I ate the small amount of food that my master gave us, I quickly headed to bed.